guys. It's really early for me right now. I don't know if you can hear the crickets chirping, but it's really nice out this morning. The sky is super clear and there's not a lot of light pollution in South Carolina, so the stars are massive. I saw a really big shooting star like a half hour ago just zip across like a quarter of the sky. It was beautiful. It was just beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, so what I want to talk about is the variants in Infinite Warfare, and just hear me out, okay? Because I mean, it probably sounds stupid, but they're not going to be as bad as you think. I'm not just saying that just to say it, okay? I think I have some good evidence as to why they're not going to be that bad. Now, when Advanced Warfare came out, they jumped the gun really hard. You know, they introduced a crackhead movement system, supply drops, and variants, all in a futuristic ass game, which is something that people just hate. And I feel like a lot of the hate for Black Ops 3 started from Advanced Warfare being considered pay to win, and that's the stigma around Call of Duty, is pay to win. You know, and I think that became a thing when variants with insane stat mods were dominating the game. So a noob with a really, really good variant could take out a not noob with a bad variant really easily. And that's why the system sucks. But Infinity Ward knows this, okay? The variants, here's what the variants are in Infinite Warfare. They are just literally a preference, a play style. They're getting in all the empty cracks of play styles that could potentially be, and they're filling them in with these variants. You know, so they're giving us more options. Say, you know, variants were in Black Ops 3. If you like the VMP, but you wish it was more accurate and had a slower rate of fire, you could do things like that. And I think that's what they're trying to do with Infinite Warfare. Let me give you some examples, okay? So there's a variant perk that doubles your rate of fire at the expense of damage. Now listen to that for a second. Doubles rate of fire at the expense of damage. Now it's unclear as to how much damage loss there is, but if it's ×2 rate of fire, and if it is 0.5 damage, that doesn't make a difference in the game whatsoever. That is just preference. You know, me, I like slower rate of fire weapons. Slower rate of fire weapons, so that's not gonna be the perk for me, but maybe for you. You know, if they were in Black Ops 3, you could put it on the Man of War and make that shit shoot much faster. So, I mean, like, this is the kind of thing they're doing. If you like a weapon, but there's something you don't like about it, there's a possibility you can change it to fit your needs. Say, for example, again, the AK-47 type weapon that's in the game. Basically the AK-47, but it's an energy weapon. So people are like, damn, I like the AK-47. It's been in every single Call of Duty since the start of time, but I don't like that it shoots energy rounds. Well, lucky for you, there is a variant of that weapon that changes it from an energy weapon into a ballistic weapon. That's right. Bullet mags instead of batteries. And vice versa. You can do that with other weapons. Weapons that are ballistic, you can make them into energy weapons. So you see where I'm getting with this? It's just preference. It is all just preference of how you want to play. It could be a really goddamn good thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm really excited because like the fact that we can have different styles of the same weapon makes it seem really interesting to me, and especially because they don't have crazy stat mods like Advanced Warfare did. The balancing is on point, at least as far as we know. There could be bad variants. I'm assuming that there is going to be bad variants, but I think there's going to be more good variants than bad. Okay, and another example is they got a silly LMG that does damage to yourself, but it has I don't know, like unlimited ammo or something like that. That's just a playful little variant. You're not going to see people break in the lobby with that variant. Hell no. That's just a playful little toy. Okay? You got a hack sight perk, which is just an ACOG that can flip over into a red dot sight, you know, which is pretty cool. It's not just an attachment, it's a perk, which is fine. And the one variant you gotta notice is getting a lot of shit is the pink variant that does bonus damage to the crotch. Here's what I think that is, and it's actually quite a nice thing depending on who you are. Alright, so it's obviously easier to shoot at the crotch than the head, because you miss the head and you can shoot when you're shooting at the crotch. You can hit the belly, the legs, the hips, all that shit. Okay. The easiest way to counter that variant is to post up on head glitches. And especially since it's bright pink, you can see it if somebody has it on the enemy team You can just start posting them on a head glitch and totally counter out their bonus damage. Okay, so further on, if you have a Scuff controller or a Cinch controller or an Xmod controller that has buttons on the back so you can boost without taking your thumbs off the joysticks, this is not going to be the variant for you. Because when you're up in the air, you're more likely to shoot them in the head. So you're not going to want this variant. Now, if you don't have a controller, if you just have the stock controller that the console came with, you can't boost without taking the thumbs off the joystick. So likely you're not going to boost a lot when you're engaging in a gunfight. So this is the variant for you, because if you're facing an enemy that has one of these controllers, as they're boosting in the air, they boost in the air so you don't get the bonus damage on their head, right? They get, you get the damage multiplier for the headshots. But if you have one that shoots at the crotch instead, if they're boosting in the air, you're gonna shoot them in the crotch sometime during that gunfight, more likely than the head, way more likely than the head actually. So that pink variant, I believe, is just for people who don't have an expensive controller, which is fine. You know, it's totally fine. Before I had a controller like that, anybody who had one was dominating me. This is the counter to that, which is fine. I know a lot of people who have expensive controllers are going to disagree, but I mean, that's fair. They have no chance against somebody with a controller like that. But you see what I'm saying? There's no crazy stat mods. There are interesting perks. You're going to find the weapon that you like and you're going to love it and you're going to stick with it. That's all that this variant thing is about. Thanks for watching. Peace.